how to work in Google Sheets and use 12 neural networks. Today I will tell you about the combine I created, which is connected via API to 12 different services. Let's take a look at what it's for, how it works, and what capabilities it has. The first thing is data collection. Google Sheets is a database where I can collect data from YouTube, Rootube, Telegram, Google News, RSS feed, anything you want. Well, for example, this is how data collection happens. I'm starting. This is the additional menu that I created for data collection. And, for example, I want to find a video by keywords. So there should be some keyword in the title of the video or in the name of the channel. Well, for example, let's say ChatGPT. Let's find videos that have such a title on YouTube. So we just did that literally in 1 second, you see, right? We collected all the data from YouTube where the fresh videos are, all of which mention ChatGPT. Well, the same thing happens. And if we want to collect data from a Telegram channel, the additional library works on the same principle, so I can enter any Telegram channel. Well, for example, let's take my channel, Bogatushin Anton, 50 posts. And now I will save the settings and collect the data into a table. You can collect up to 10,000 posts from any public Telegram channel. Well, here's what he prepared for me. The table, yeah, I click Start. So he's now running to my Telegram channel to collect the last 50 posts. Here, everything is ready, the posts are all collected. Everything literally works on the fly. You can take a look at this. Text, statistics, links. Here are all the pictures. Either a thumbnail, if it's a video, then it's a video preview. So, that's how it collects the data. Well, or I also have data collection. These are RSS feeds. Well, for example, Haber, yeah, the largest information publication about IT and news of various technological gadgets or artificial intelligence. Yeah, so I click to refresh the current sheet, and it's going to update everything for me here. It literally updates the news title for a second. So we can click go and view this news in the original source. We can go back and the publication date and time. Well, this is very fresh. I'm recording this on March 7th. For example, there's also data collection. University of Massachusetts. MIT. Yeah, it collects in English. And then you see it immediately translates the title and translates the news here. The thing is that the RSS feed parser works and remembers each news publication on one sheet. So I can parse 100 publications at the same time. You see, I clicked and it just parsed the news for me and translated them right away using a function. Google Translate. It translated them for me for free and all these news articles into Russian. Here they are, how many news articles there are. Well, accordingly, I can collect as many news articles as you want, however you want. Well, the coolest thing is probably parsing Google News. Yeah. Google News is the largest news aggregator in the world, where I can search for all the news in the world by any keyword, exact match. I can choose any country in any language. Well, it's probably the largest news aggregator in the world. I can collect these news items into a Google Sheet, then rewrite them and post them to my Telegram or Yandex.Zen if I need to. Not to delve into this article, but just to do some kind of rewrite. There are a lot of functions, as you can see. Let me show you some of my favorite features. It's picture making, because picture making is probably one of the most complicated things for Google Sheets, since Google Sheets is designed for text. However, you can not only collect texts, but also create images. Let me show you different examples. By the way, there's also a module for parsing Rootube, where you can collect all the data from Rootube as much as you want. So I took, for example, 2,332 videos from the TNT channel. So if we go down like this, let's scroll down. Yes, this is all of it. The collected statistics of Comedy Club videos. Yeah. So these are the thumbnails. You can take a look at all of this calmly and do all of it. Well, besides collecting data, there's also the option to work with the GPT chat, work with Gemini, work with code. And we also already have a Chinese deep learning model. Add the Chinese DeepSeek. There's an API that's almost 30 times cheaper than the GPT chat. But for now, it's under heavy load, so we're using Gemini for free. You can easily make 10 requests per minute through the API in the table. Well, let me show you the module that, besides collecting data, yes, we can also create images. Kandinsky is a service from Sberbank. It works completely for free, but it's slow. It takes about 20-30 seconds to create one photo, but at least you can practice. But the best one is, of course, Flax. Yes, here it is connected. The module is already here, and I can, let's see, switch to which page. So should I show you something? Well, here we go. For example, here we create different images, and we can create them using Stable Diffusion, and we can, on Flax, we can create supports for videos, meaning anything at all. But here, for example, we're creating. Now the images for the cartoons will load, and the feature of the Combine is that I can work in Russian, write in any language. It will automatically translate all the titles of your request to the neural network into English. And accordingly, it will add to you, among other things. Prompt enhancer. So if we open a blank page, for example, I'll write, there's something beautiful. A girl. It's located in Dubai, on a shore next to. Oh, I'm writing it wrong. Yes. So what's the point? I write any request and don't even think about how the neural network works because we have two technologies built in, translator and prompt enhancer. Yes. So here's the thing. Let's do it this way. A 30-year-old woman. In sunny, wearing sunglasses, standing on the shore in Dubai, near with a Ferrari. It's a complex request, so the quality of the neural network is revealed when I can write everything I want. And the more complex the request, the harder it is for the neural network to replicate the exact execution. But in this case, I've activated the ray, and all the images are ready. Now we will get 10 images of a girl standing next to a Ferrari in Dubai. Well, here you go. We've created these images. We can take a look at them. Yes, so the quality is really great. Everything we wrote is exactly what we got. Well, in general, why do you need to combine the work of Google Tables? Yes. Here are all 10 images. Here you can click, look, everything. Just as we wrote, that's exactly what we got. You can specify more complex requests. And just so you understand how cool and convenient it is to work, here it is. You see the translation translated. Here it is, a 30-year-old woman standing in glasses on the shore of Dubai opposite a Ferrari. You can specify the color of the car, anything, like cases. There are hundreds. So, accordingly, if we want to improve the prompt, for example, I write here, you, creatore prompts, Flux. In my opinion, Flux is the most advanced and convenient neural network for creating photos right now. Come up with something for me. Texts. A prompt, like in glossy magazines, based on the text that I will give you. So right now I'm writing, you are the creator of prompts for Flux. Yes, I wrote it in English here. Think of something for me. Think of something for me. Come up with something. Request. Like in glossy magazines. Based on the text that I will give you. So I'm in the spreadsheet. Writing my query that I need. And then I turn on, for example, the bot function. I write bot. part. That's my Gemini, the neural network. I insert my query, a period, a semicolon, and then I paste the text based on which it should come up with something for me. A professional query for Flux to create photos like in a glossy magazine. Here, we are currently making a request via the API from Google Sheets to Gemini. We can do this in ChatGPT, Claude, or DeepSeek, whatever you prefer. Well, in this case, I'm using the free features of Gemini because, I repeat, it makes 20 requests for free via the API. Well, look, he presented me with a very detailed request. Let's highlight from it then. A sunny, dazzling day in Dubai. A woman exuding confident style in designer sunglasses stands against the backdrop of a Vogue magazine cover. Well, we're taking this query for ourselves, and now we're going to make it like this, to make it more convenient. Yeah, so here I inserted the query that the neural network came up with for me, and I ask to create photos like in the glossy magazine Vogue. 1, the neural network writes me a query. 2, the neural network. So the query is going to create the image. All the images are ready. Right now they're flying in here, and we will choose 1 or 2 photos together, then upload them to our Google Drive. Well, it sent me a closer shot, yeah, like in all the magazines. Here it is against the backdrop of a Ferrari on a bright sunny day. So we can take another look at this photo of this quality. Flux creates the image for us. Well, and then if I like this photo, I can click save it to Google Drive, to my Google Drive. That is, everything will fly to me. And accordingly, so I don't have to save all thousands of photos, because creating a photo is very cheap. Well, on FluxDev, just so you understand, it costs 50 kopecks. Our prices are cheap because we use an aggregator, or a big aggregator, and it shares its discount with us. And accordingly, if I want to create a lot of these, I can do it like this, yeah? Right? The Ferrari isn't red, right? For example, we can change the color of the car to blue, green, blue. Yeah, here, I'll write blue now. Blue Ferrari. Yes, one. The thing is that I can create in the resolution, in any quantity. Well, let's create some squares like this. I'm highlighting. So Google Sheets allows us to work a package on a package. So we send not just 1 request, but 10 requests, 20 requests, 30. So I click to create an image, and it's going to create it for me on Flux as well. While it's creating, I can take a stem from Fusion. I can create cartoons. I can make a flag with Chanel. It's really cheap. A photo costs 3 kopecks. So it didn't create a blue Ferrari. It gave me red Ferraris. Here's another one. Yeah, so a girl in different angles and poses. Please, it's all easy. And it works great. Well, and accordingly, if we are working with different channels, or for example, if we want to work with bloggers, we have some links, and there's also the option to shorten these links. So I choose the links I need, and I have a link shortener. Yeah, it helps me. Now the neighbor will send links from the ClickRU service of Yandex here. Yes, all of this also works for free, so that I can insert my short links into my videos, which will allow me to direct clients to my sources. All the links are ready. Here they are, please. They have transitioned, so if I click, it will open this same video on YouTube, for which I shortened the link. Here it is. Top Lush Cosmetics, one of our clients. This is the kind of functionality that allows you to work with any neural network, gathering data from YouTube, RooTube, Google News, and Telegram. We've already connected it, and we're currently testing Instagram, and we're almost done with TikTok. All neural networks for both photos and videos. So accordingly, if you want to create videos, we have another module. Here it is, the module. It's called Creating Video Avatars. So if we write some text, we just press a button. It creates the video, and it downloads directly to your Google Drive when the video is made. It takes about 5-6 minutes. So for the YouTube video, I took a doctor and just chose a standard avatar in Hagen.
How to create a network of YouTube channels, and is it worth doing this in 2025?
So you can voice absolutely any text. So I was testing here, writing some different texts, choosing avatars, and creating various videos.
How to create a network of YouTube channels. And is it worth doing this in 2025? In search of good traffic sources, many people think about
So right now there's the Hagen logo. If you have the $29 plan, there will be a logo, but if you have the $19 plan, there won't be a logo. And you can create up to 100 videos a day just from our Google Sheets absolutely easily, connecting and disconnecting. So you don't have to go into the interface. So once again, data collection, analytics, writing a huge amount of texts. Let me just show you about the texts. For example, we have client is engaged in issuing licenses for self-regulatory organizations. Yes, and here the neural network automatically gathered all the data, all the keywords about self-regulatory organizations. Based on these keywords, it wrote a headline, created a technical assignment, and the next neural network, following the technical assignment, wrote us a long version of the text and a short version of the text. And all of this took about 20-30 minutes. And that means the neural network wrote everything quickly in 2-3 minutes. 500,000 characters. And right after that, the neural network will create videos. From here, 100 videos. And right away, the neural network will also create thumbnails for these videos. So we combine what's called multimodality. So creating text, photos, videos, everything is inside one Google Sheet by IP. What are the advantages of working specifically in Google? In the sheet, first, you don't need a VPN. Google Sheets is cloud-based. It's stored in the cloud, so you don't need to set up a VPN. That's one. Second, you start working not like in ChatGPT or any other neural network, where it's sequential, one request, one response, but you can do 100 requests in parallel, 100 responses. 100 requests for images, 100 images in response, or 100 requests for videos, 100 videos in response. So you start working on an industrial scale very quickly and very high quality. The third important thing, you don't need to know the prompting language. For example, English, because all photoneurons require input, except for Kandinsky from Sberbank, input of queries in English. So you can write in any language in the world, and Google Sheets supports 172 languages, translating any request from one of those 172 languages into English. All requests are sent in English. This allows you to reduce the number of tokens, which means it's cheaper for you to work. And second, you don't have to struggle with a translator. Third, we have a prompt enhancer has been added for creating photos. So you just write, no, I'm a beautiful girl, I want a beautiful picture. That's it, don't even worry about it. The neural network does everything else for you. The fourth advantage, working with the API. It turns out to be significantly cheaper than buying interfaces, especially for a large team. Well, yes, here we did an advertisement for knives and drew some test drawings. Now it will load, that's why there is a big advantage. The combination of parsing text neural networks and the capabilities of Google Sheets allows you to create a Google Combine where you become all-powerful. You get all the data in Google Sheets, process it, analyze it, create text, and rewrite it right from there. You can also post directly to Telegram. We also have a server on N8N that can automatically launch videos for you. So it's like this combine that allows you to work at maximum capacity. If you're interested, the link will be below the video. Write to us. Check out our landing pages. We will definitely be useful for you.